What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about patch 5.3 coming to World of Warcraft at some point in the future. I would say soon, but they just released their first little tidbit of information about 5.3, so it's probably not going to come for like another month, 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, I don't know, depending on how long it takes. This patch just came out, so I wouldn't expect 5.3 to come at anytime in the near future, which kind of sucks, because one of the biggest issues I have with this game thus far is being addressed in the next patch, and it kind of sucks to have to wait. So the biggest issue for me currently in the game right now is the gear discrepancy in arenas. Now, this is an MMO. Normally I would have no problem with gear discrepancies. You know, people earn their gear and they have better gear. That's the whole fucking point of an MMO. But the problem I have with it is that there's no way for me to catch back up. One of the things I suggested Blizzard do is have some way to trade your honor points for conquest points, like a 5-to-1 conversion or something that's sort of a brutal grind, but at least it allows you to catch back up. Because the way it is right now, if you fall behind on your arena gear, you're fucked. You'll never catch back up, especially with the brilliant idea of upgrades that Blizzard introduced last season. Yeah, I think it was only last season. Luckily, they got rid of that idea, but it's still a fucking problem because they didn't take away people's upgrades. So if you missed the last season, basically what people could do is Blizzard allowed you to upgrade your gear past the normal point. If you had extra conquest points, you could upgrade your gear. Okay, now that leads to an obvious problem. If somebody has full upgrades and you're a brand new character and you don't even have the normal arena gear, much less the arena gear upgraded, you're at a huge gear disadvantage. That sucks. And there's no way for you to catch back up. Problem number one, of course, that fucking sucks. That was dumb. Problem number two, they decided that upgrades were a bad idea. Thank God. And they took them out of the game, which everyone was, yay, thank God they took that out of the game. Huge problem, though. They didn't actually remove people's upgraded stats. So if you upgraded your Malevolent Arena gear from last season, you still have that upgraded. And the new Honor gear is the old Malevolent gear. So for example, I was grinding on my DK in this game right here to get my Malevolent gear. Now, there was no way for me to upgrade it. There's no way for me to get the same equivalent Malevolent gear that someone else that upgraded it got last season. This is kind of confusing. Basically, there's no way for me to upgrade my gear to compete with other people that have upgraded Malevolent gear. And it puts me at a huge disadvantage, a huge gear disadvantage. It'd be one thing if it was minuscule, but it's pretty huge, especially if you're playing a really gear-dependent class, like a melee class, like a warrior or death knight. Particularly, warriors and death knights are very gear-dependent because their entire class is pretty much based on damage. Not like at least rogues have some utility in their classes, like especially a death knight, man. Death knights are basically, your utility is your damage, and when you're missing out on some item levels, you feel it. So, huge problem, and they're not addressing it until 5.3. It's kind of depressed me. It's fucking annoying how the season, for the most part, when a new season starts, it's like a complete reset, right? No, not this time. People that have upgrades still have a huge advantage, and there's no way for you to break that gap. There's no way for you to catch back up, since the arena gear is on a 1-week cycle. You can only get points once a week, which is dumb as fuck in my opinion. I never liked that, ever. So they're addressing that in patch 5.3. What they're doing is they're going to downgrade everyone's item level to, what's the item level here? 496. So all of the elite gear, the tier 2 weapon, there will be no tier 2 weapon anymore, I don't think. Everybody's gear is going to be item level 496, which is good. In my opinion, it makes everything pretty much fair. Now, I've seen some rumors, I don't know if this is true or not, but they're going to the max item level you're going to be able to use in Arena will be 496. It's either 493 or 496. So basically, they're making everyone on an even playing field for the most part. Everyone's got the same item level. That sounds great. That sounds fucking awesome. The other thing they're doing, which is kind of weird, every player is going to have 65% base resilience. So it looks like PvP gear isn't going to be as huge of a deal when you're when you're leveling up your new character, or when you're getting your first pieces of honor gear in Battlegrounds. The only real difference you're going to notice is that you're not going to be doing that much damage. you're not going to instantly die, basically. Like, you're not just going to get completely blown up the second you go into a battleground, which is kind of nice, because when you just get one shot, that sucks. You can't even play the game. So 65% base resilience. PvP power will still be on the gear, so PvP gear I think will be will still always be better than PvE gear. There might be one or two pieces that are just really, really well itemized that might be better, but that comes back to the rumor that I heard about where everyone's gear will be downgraded to 496 item level. If that's true, that's excellent. If everyone's gear is 496 gear, that means literally there's no way for people to have an advantage, because I believe 496 is the 496 is the Tyrannical gear. So once you have full Tyrannical gear, that means that you're good. You're as good as you're ever gonna get. Upgrades won't matter. It still sucks that we're gonna have to ride out the storm of what this game is right now with the upgrades, and this patch isn't coming for a while. But at least these changes, they make sense. Yeah, there's a new arena. There's a new arena, the Shado-Pan arena, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. New battleground, Gold Rush. It's exactly like the minecart battleground. It seems like yeah. Alliance and Horde continue the war on Pandaria's precious resources with 2 factions, battle over control of mines. That sounds fucking familiar. So that's pretty much the same goddamn thing we already have. But I'm excited about the gear changes. 496 will be the max item level for both the Elite gear and the yeah, so basically no tier 2, no tier 2 stats. Whatever, I'm A-okay with that. It's really annoying. It's really it's annoying where you can't join mid-season. Like, there's no way you could join this game mid-season the way it is right now. You just get raped by people that have way better gear than you. And it's particularly frustrating, especially, like, a good example is me. I am shit at my DK. Now, what's even more annoying is me being shit at my DK and having a gear disadvantage. And it just makes me not want to play the character because I already suck at it. And then I'm facing people that are good at their class that have really good gear, and you just get fucking owned. So, anyway, 5.3, looking to be better, hopefully. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. The Ret Paladin runs in true Ret Paladin form, pops wings, pops his on-use trinket, all that shit. I end up Ring of Piecing both him and the BM Hunter, totally screwing up their opener, and right now I'm just in peel.